Hi, I'm Aaron, and I'm everywhere. As a frequent traveler, I rent a new car almost every week. You can ride along if you want to while I try to figure out the features on these cars without the user's manual. Won't that be fun? So come along, let's go drive something. So someday, I am going to buy a new truck. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to use the rental car companies to test drive trucks. So today, we not only have a Ram, but we've got the Hemi. Ooh. And it's a Laramie package, no less. And I know you can order these things with all kinds of different packages. I would probably get the spray-on Rhino liner rather than the plastic one for a lot of reasons. But something I hadn't seen before this one, check this out. If you listen for it, when I hit this, you don't actually pull a latch. There's a solenoid in there. It actually unlocks the door. It's hear that? Yeah, it's an electric tailgate. What in the actual fuck? But I noticed I was a little disappointed. They have loading lights on both sides of these anymore. This particular truck doesn't have that. Now they do have the standard bed light there. That's your upper brake light, and the two white lights on the left and right of that. That is your bed light. You turn that on, that lights up the back of the bed back here. But if I bought one of these, they have a bed light that goes there because, frankly, when you're unloading the bodies, that's usually something you do at night, and just being able to light up the whole bed just really helps out a lot. Ooh, it's nice. It's got that's not the biggest screen they have. I've seen one where the screen actually comes down to here. Push button start, the little dial instead of that big old thing that we're usually having. It's missing some buttons. Some of these have buttons just all the way across here, depending on what tow package you buy. Look at this, not one, but two sets of plugs for your phones. And most important, you guys know I bitch about this all the time. I got a place to put the phone. The phone actually just sits right in here, and it's got this little guy right there for your freaking charging cord to go through there. How convenient is that? That is the kind of stuff that I just live for. Okay, so it's it's little things in life. I don't know how on earth you could not have enough storage in this thing, because I got this deal here, and we got this down here, and we got this big guy right here, this huge compartment, because you need all of this, right? And then you got this sliding forward as well. Cup holders, coin holders, and more, just shit holders and whatnot that goes back and forth. And then we've got, holy shit balls, we got one compartment here if you push that lever. And then if you just reach a little further down, there's another big compartment way down there, because you need that bullshit too, right? So yeah. Oh, look here. Oh my goodness. If you need any quick math conversions, or if you need to, figure out the pitch on a roof or something like that, I don't know what the heck is going on here, but there it all is. I mean, after all, you just never know when you're driving down the road and you're suddenly going to need to convert 7/8 to metric, and you can't do it in your head. So, where it's comfy for me, and I'm not terribly tall, that's not going to be a lot of leg room. So this is definitely, you can tell, and again, you can order these differently, but you can see the back door is significantly smaller than the front door. So the back seat's got significantly less leg room than the front seat. Nice little stitching here, but we got this fancy thing here. And, oh, look there, more USB ports and another outlet. That's 110 volts AC. I probably wouldn't try to run a hammer drill off of it, but if you have an AC charger, then you can do that. And we got another one up front here in the dash as well. Oh, that's a cigarette lighter. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, there you are, way down here. There's the regular old outlet. And again, no hammer drills or hair dryers or anything. That one looks kind of muddy, like whoever drove this car last actually took it out in the dirt or something. Looks like we have at least 2 seat memory positions. Look at that, it's even got pedal adjusters, so moves the pedals up and down for you you know. That's pretty handy, maybe. Steering wheel is up and down and telescoping, comes right at you. So that's about the range on that. It's good 4 or 5 inches. You know me, I like the steering wheel right in my lap because, you know, when I go head on with the truck, I want the airbag to kill me immediately. I don't want to suffer through it, okay? We have lights, ooh la la. Nice. We can turn them both on. And then, of course, we got the all-important open and close the sliding glass window in the middle from up here without having to reach back there and do that. So I raised my kids the way my mom raised me, which means I'm really good in the old school vehicles of just reaching back here and sliding the window open, because I was also used to just reaching back there and popping a kid when they need it. Truth be told, I mostly just slung around trying to make contact with a kid. Either way, the kid stopped doing whatever they were doing to make you behave that way in the first place. I like the fact that we can go in and out of 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive, high and low, just with the push of a button. That's super handy. Let's turn this beast on. Ooh, fancy. Yes, we accept that if we play with this while we drive, we can die, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and hold the button down to reset everything. Now there's no way I'm getting 15 miles to the gallon. I'm just sitting here not moving. There we go. So we've reset that. And let's see what else we have. Vehicle info, speedometer, screen setup, massages, audio, trip info. Well, let's do trip A. And we are going to reset trip A. So we're going to get our mileage and our time and just kind of see what we get. Again, pretty sure it's lying. I'm not getting 16 when I'm just sitting here idling. Gas tank is full. Gas tank is on the correct side, the driver's side. Yay for freaking America. Now let's see how difficult it is to sync the phone, because if you can't sync the phone easily, you just will not buy it. Let's go to phone. No phone connected. You want a pair of phone? Let's see what we got. Bluetooth. Okay. Let's turn on the Bluetooth on the phone. It detected the Bluetooth like nobody's business. We're going to click this. In process. Yes, make this my favorite. And click OK. And OK. And we are there. Yeah, I'm still HP printer 12. Don't judge me. I'll change it someday. Okay. Let's go and take a look at what else we've got here. Let's go to settings. Looks like we can scroll this way or this way. That's nice. I'll use this one. Let's see, we got language. Does that tell you to watch your language? What's that do? Door locks, auto, options, etc., etc. Say phone and Bluetooth. And let's go to paired phones and devices. And it's just me. And let's see if I want to delete me. Delete phone. Oh, that's just so nice. Volvo, take a note. I'm just saying. The last person that rented this returned it early, and they still haven't turned off the XM radio. So that might last a minute or an hour or the whole rest of the time that I've got the truck. I've got it for 24 hours. We're going to drive it all the way across Missouri and all the way back in a day, because I just got something to do on the other side of the state. Let's take off and see how this goes. So this is pretty cool. You can just turn on the air conditioner here. It'll work like a traditional car air conditioner. You basically control everything with just by turning the fan up or down, and the thermostat, and that's kind of it. If you put it over here, then what actually happens is it works more like your thermostat at home. You know, you'll set the temperature to whatever you want, and it will heat or cool the cabin as necessary to hit that temperature, right? And then you have some other cool things here. You know, the seat heater for both the passenger and the driver, and then you got your butt air conditioner as well, so you can warm or cool your butt as you drive or ride. Pretty cool. And then the steering wheel heater. Now these are really cool on a super cold morning, but I only turn it on for just like a minute or so because believe it or not, the freaking steering wheel gets like too hot to hang on to. Like, to me, it just, I don't like it to be on that long. But anyway, and then these buttons down here, of course, you get your traction control, and they do have a towing package on this vehicle, which is cool. And I guess we'd have to look up. Let's do that. Let's look up to see what the other buttons can be. So I had to go to the Dodge site and look up pictures of the interior. And what I found is that this is the traction control and the towing on and off. That's on the truck that we rented. And then this is actually a ride height where you can raise and lower the height of the truck. And there's like several settings on here, and they all light up to tell you where you're at. These are two parking assists. What I actually had to do was go look up the manual, and you can see, the symbol on this matches the symbol on this. And what it says that it is, it's a Park Sense Active Park Assist System. So if you buy a truck, learn to park that mother, okay? But if you're one of these boneheads that just never learned how to park your own truck, apparently these two buttons will help you get it into that spot at the mall. I did not read how it works. I really don't care. I know how to park my truck. But you have this assist available. I'll bet you it's a $5,000 option too, or something like that, which is why it was not on the rental. But I do have to admit the extra buttons do look cool. And so there you go. It can be those other things. Okay then. So we made it to Columbia, and as you can see, I'm getting ready to go over to the IHOP to poison myself. And this is actually Siri's map, not the truck's map. I haven't messed with that. I usually don't mess with the vehicle stuff. So if you just press go, and that gives me the map. But then if I want to see what's on the radio, I just hit that, and I'm playing the 80s music, of course. But if I wanted to, I could hit the 70s music, or I probably don't want to hear Gladys Knight. Sorry if you're actually, that's a good song. Anyway, that's cool. But what the cool thing about this is two things. Is that one, it's just super easy navigation on this. If I want CarPlay, I have my maps up right now. I have text messages. If I just touch the text message, Siri will read it to me over the speaker in the vehicle, right? So that's pretty cool. I should probably blur out everybody's names there. And then, of course, you have your climate controls, which you get, well, actually, those are the seat controls, to turn all that stuff on and off and what have you, all those things. And then here's your climate stuff. And all the same controls that are down here are also up here. And of course, as I said before, I always like to sync these so that they're, if I sync, then that locks in the temperatures for both of these guys. I said, if you sync it, you bastard, there you go, then it locks in those temperatures for both of those guys. And I just like that. I don't ever ride with finicky passengers, otherwise they walk. The other thing I like, and this is pretty common, but check this out. I like the buttons on the smart wheels, right? So this is just the volume, up and down. And so as you're driving the vehicle, I'm parked right now, I'm not driving, see, there's no motion. So as I'm driving the vehicle, I can increase the volume, change the station. I think I prefer the techno. Anyway, so that's just handy because as I'm driving, this is all, these buttons here to like change what's going on here, about the vehicle and your trips and all that. And just anything you want to see in there. Then the station buttons to change the stations, if I press the up button, it just goes up a station, or down button goes down a station. And there's one in the middle that will jump to the presets, right? So if I just hit that, it just jumps to the first preset. And then your cruise control stuff, and then gear limits and stuff. So basically, what they've done is they've created a really ergonomic and easy to use, easy to navigate system. So you keep your freaking eyes on the road. And once you get used to the buttons, you can be watching what you're doing and just, I don't like that station, I'm just going to up a station, down a station, or cruise through your presets and never take your eyes off the road, and just be able to make a phone call, receive a phone call, what have you, all that stuff. It pops right up here on the display and it says, you're getting a phone call from so-and-so, and it rings. And then right over here, you can either reject or receive that phone call. Again, you know, it's not a good idea to take your eyes off the road, but who among us is not like, I'm going to change the station? Well, you can glance to see who's calling without really putting yourself in danger most of the time. And then everything is just getting used to the buttons. The cool thing about running a different car every week is that I get to drive a different car every week. The bad thing about it is about the end of the week, when I've gotten used to the freaking car, I got to go get into a different car and learn that one now. Some of them are easier to learn and more intuitive and more user-friendly and more ergonomic than others. And this one is just checking all the boxes on easy, intuitive, ergonomic. I'm really digging this vehicle. And just to fast forward to the end of the trip, let me tell you something. This freaking butt cooler comes out of your butt and out of your lower back, and it's nice. I really like it. So there's the whole trip right there, and there's the mileage and everything. So for a V8 Hemi, I'd say that's respectable mileage. I probably put 50 or 70 miles total in the city between driving around and finding where I needed to be up in Columbia, and then driving back around at home, what have you. So out of that 429, I'd say about 350 of it at least was on the highway, and that's not horrible, not for a big truck. I still kind of prefer the Rebel. I like the colors on that better. Some people say they're a little bit loud, but it suits me. And so whenever I do get around to buying a truck, which might not be a while because my son wrecked his car and I had to buy him a car, so I'll be paying on that for a bit before I get my own truck. The Laramie was great. This was a good truck. It's easy to drive. It's fun to drive. It's really responsive. It's not terrible on gas, and I liked it. So for what that's worth, there you go. So my friend Josie, she rode in the Laramie for a few minutes last night, and she said that she actually prefers my truck, this one, to that brand new Laramie. I never would have guessed this in a million years, but I'm pretty sure that Josie smokes crack.